Welcome to One Man's Opinion. I'm your host, Jerome King, and today I'm coming to you with another thought of mine. Like I say, I give you my opinion. You tell me what you think. I'd like it if you would just subscribe, share, and give your opinion. Leave your comments below to what I say. Now, today's topic is, does Black Lives Matter? Do they really matter, or do they just matter if white people kill you? Now, I want you to take some time and think about that. Does Black Lives Matter only if white people kill you? And the reason I say that, and I know it's not a popular opinion, but when a policeman or something like that happens and some Black individual get killed, we have the airports of that city are full with all kind of national leaders and lawyers and everybody coming to rescue that particular city. Might be your city, might be mine. It's always 30 people on stage standing there screaming bloody murder. This won't work. This won't work. Black lives need to matter. Well, I'm here to tell you today, I agree that Black lives need to matter. But what I need to tell you today is they need to matter all the time, not just if white people kill you. See, what I'm saying to you is, we have young people dying in this city and cities all across the country to violence, gun violence, stupid stuff all the time. And I don't see anybody raising their hand. I don't see 30 people behind a microphone saying, stop this. Our kids are not becoming 20, 23-year-old men. They're becoming 16, 17-year-old dead people. We have to stop. Now, where do you start? Where do you stop? Those answers are out there. I think, first of all, we need to stop at home and having the conversations. We had conversations when I came up about dealing with the police. Put your hands 10 and 2. Keep quiet. Don't cause them a reason to do anything to you. And those are real conversations that you have to really have with your child. But there's another conversation that you have to have about dealing with your own people and the whether it's necessary to shoot or kill your own people. Don't get me wrong. I know the statistics say that blacks killing blacks is high, but the statistics are just as high for whites killing whites. But here's what I'm saying to you. When I used to cut grass, my mother told me, hey, if you take my lawnmower out the house, the first grass better be cut is mine. And so what I'm telling you people is, whether white people is killing white people or black people is killing black people, if we take and cut our own grass first, then that's one more body we may not have to bury. If white people are cutting their grass and black people is cutting their grass, then guess what? We will have kids to become 20, 30 years old. We're losing too many children out here on this dumb stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think there are things in this world that you should be willing to die for. But I'm willing to bet the things that most of our kids have died for was not one of those things. I think when you run up against something that you're willing to die for, you'll know it. And it won't be because somebody hit your boy Johnny in the head and you some part of some gang or some part of some nonsense. I don't think that's where it is. But like I said, I'm just one man's opinion. But I know that there's people out here trying. There's a guy out here named Sean Mahone here in Toledo. He's doing everything he can. He's got boot camps. He got different stuff. He's doing everything he can to reach these young people. And everybody can't do what he's doing. That's why he's doing it. But we can try to find a way that we can do it to help. And maybe that's just in the conversations. But guess what? I know they're not listening, and they're not listening that much. And I know that as well. And that's frustrating too, because we have something we can tell them, but sometimes we think they're not listening. But a lot of times my mother thought I wasn't listening. The pastors thought we weren't listening. But I can tell you that somewhere in my life, the things that they were telling me came back to me. So it's not in vain. Have the conversation anyway, because we're listening. They're listening. It just doesn't seem like it. You know yourself how many times your mother said stuff to you, your father said stuff to you, you blew it off. But later in life, it came back and you realized that you were listening. Talk to the people, talk to these young people. Try your best to make them understand how important it is to live life, how important life is. Have them value life. I'm a bail bondsman. I don't like seeing so many young people going to jail on this dumb stuff. There's too much life out here to live. Yes, it may be tough. Nobody said it was easy, but it's still worth it. Life is worth it. Black lives matter, and they have to matter all the time, not just when white people kill you. Black lives have to matter to me, to you, to white, to brown, to everybody. White lives matter, brown lives matter, all lives matter. And not just when it's a high profile situation. Because every time a 17-year-old kid get killed in Toledo or anywhere in these cities of America, that's a high profile situation to the family that just lost that child. It's a high profile situation every time you lose yours and I lose mine. And so we have to try our best to prevent that by having those conversations, by working with people like Sean if we can, by speaking out like this, even though it's not a popular opinion to say. But I'm going to say it. Black lives matter only if white people kill you. And that's got to change. Black lives have to matter anyway. I know we can't have national leaders flying around every time some young boy get killed, but we got local leaders, local people that can speak out against that, like I'm doing right now. There's so many ways to talk, so many ways to speak out against it, and there's things to do. There's people doing things, and there's people talking about doing things. I'm just saying, let's do something, because doing nothing does not work. Doing nothing is not an option, not anymore. We're losing too many kids. We're losing too many kids. Don't say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I had bars, I had Mr. J's, I had a nightclub that responded, a hip hop club, you would call it, I guess. And don't get me wrong, when we were good, it was very good. And we had a great time with these kids. But when it was bad, it was really bad. And not so many great times. But here's the thing to remember. The kids today have 4 or 5 T-shirts of their peers that have passed on and never got to be 20 years old. Man, I didn't know anybody that I can think of that passed away before we were 19 or 20. And they didn't pass away to this dumb stuff. They died because they got hit by a car or something, or just got sick. I can't imagine being a young man right now with knowing that 5, 6, 7 of my friends are no longer here. That is serious. So take it from me, Mr. J. Stop the nonsense. Young men, try to get along with each other. You don't need to kill each other. Death is so final. I mean, we got in fights, but we wasn't mad with a guy that we didn't never want to see him again. We were friends, and we fought, and okay. And then at the end of the day, we both were still here. We both went home. Learn to both go home. Please stop the violence. Let Black Lives Matter. And be black and be proud, because we are a proud people. But let's be proud of the right things. I'm your host, Mr. J, and it's been One Man's Opinion. Please share. Please share. Comment. Please put your comments below. Tell me what you think. Black lives have to matter. Until next time.